Hi, this is me, and I'm back with my another mixing session. This is a song called Santa by The Long Wait, and this song sounds like this without any mixing.
Well, I wrecked the chimney up there in Alaska, then smashed the sleigh into a Christmas tree. I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska.
And this is how it sounds after mixing it.
Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado, running from the cops in Santa Fe. Wanted as the jolly desperado from frosty Maine to sunny Monterey. They call me Santa, that's my name.
Now I'll show you how I mix the song. This is my EQ for the bass. Without EQ. After EQ, saturation, and compressor. Let's move on to the kick. So this is how the kick sounds without any plugin. And this is the EQ. After that, some saturation, then some compression, which is this, and then another compressor, and then this fruity bass boost. Without all of them, now let's move on to the snares. In snares, this is EQ for my snare without this EQ. After EQ, after this compressor, I should have done like this. After fruity reverb, I think this fruity reverb should not have been there. Anyway, I have put it. And then this limiter. And in the overheads, I have got this sound without any plugins. It sounds like this. You can hear there is a lot of kick and snare present in the overheads. So I have cut this sound. I have used this. Now listen to it. I have tried to lower down as much as kick sound and snare sound from this with this cut. And then I have used this multi-band compressor. This multi-band compressor, what it is doing is that I have muted, you can see this M alphabet, I have muted all the bass frequency and the snare which is in the mid, and only allowing the high frequency, which is the overhead sound, to pass through. Without it, with it, without it, you can see there is a lot of snare and kick sound present once the multi-band compressor is not there, like this. So with these two plugins, I have removed all the kick and snare. See, and now with both of them, only overhead is there, and that too very little bit, because this is not rightly recorded, I would say. You can hear very less of a overhead sound in it. Anyway, let's move forward to the other sound. Okay, so now we have got these sleigh bells that we have panned to the right. It sounds like this without the plugin. And after the EQ, it sounds something like this. I have not used any other plugin in it. Now all these drum sounds, these this kick, snare, overheads and sleigh bells is going to this drum bus where I have used this. I'll show you how it sounds without any plugin. And now in the drum bus, these are my plugins. First the sound goodizer, then the overdrive, which is saturation, and then this compressor. Let me lower down it back to the wood, and this hard compression. So this is my drum bus. And this is hard compression, which is sitting just beneath the drum bus. Now let's move on to the other sound. Okay, so in the instrument section we have got this guitar pan to the left, and this is how it sounds without any plugin. Let me increase the volume. And with the EQ, after the saturation, and then this compressor. Without all of them, with all of them, and the reverb. I have made a mistake over here, is that the guitar is panned to the left and the reverb is also on the left, so I can make this change right now. Okay, so this is how it sounds with the reverb on the right side, which is the right, because the instrument is in the left. Without the reverb, with the reverb. Now let's move on to the other guitar. This is how the other guitar sounds without any plugin and reverb. This is the EQ, removing all this rumble. See the rumble. Without this EQ, with this EQ, saturation, and the compressor. And now the reverb. Without the reverb, with the reverb. Now both the guitars together. Now let's move on to the other instrument. Now we have got another guitar which is panned extremely to the left. This is how it sounds without EQ. Let me increase the volume. With the EQ, saturation, and the compressor, and the reverb. Without the all reverb, with all reverb, without all plugin, with all plugin, and the reverb. Okay, so now we have got this Mendelian pan to the right. This is how it sounds without plugins. And this is the EQ of the Mendelian sound after some saturation, and this is the compressor. Without all these plugins, after all plugins applied, and this is the reverb. These two, guitar and mandolin together. Okay, now let's move on to the background vocals. Okay, so in the background vocals we don't have much of background vocals. This is how they all sounds with their along with their panning. And this is without the EQ. Okay, all these background vocal sounds like this without any EQ. After EQ, all these vocal sounds like this. And in the bass, it sounds like this with all the plugin, which is this saturation and this compressor. Okay, let's now move on to the other background vocals. Now we have got this another set of background vocals. It sounds like this without first the EQ. Let me increase the volume. And this is the EQ. Without EQ. With EQ. And now I'll show you how I process vocal bus. Nothing but just this saturation is applied to all the vocals and the compression. This is how it sounds without it, with it. Now let's move on to the lead vocals. Okay, so in the lead vocals, this is how it sounds without any plugin.
Well, I wrecked a chimney up there in Alaska,
And this
then
is the
smashed
EQ.
the sleigh into a Christmas tree. I left my
I've
dear
got
old
another
Rudolph
EQ.
in Nebraska. He was
This
too
is my
drunk to
EQ.
fly the gifts to Milwaukee.
And after that I've used this
Well,
Maximus.
I crashed into a church in Colorado, running from the cops in Santa
These are the settings.
Fe. I'm wanted as
And
the
then I've used
Jolly
this
Desperado.
saturation that I always
From
use.
frosty Maine to sunny Monterey, they call me Santa.
And
that's
then this
my
compressor.
name. Cruising across the world in just one day. You will know
then
me
this
by
TDR Nova
the
for the
presents
de-essing.
that I've strewn across.
So you can now listen how this de-essing is working with this TDR Nova. See the sound. And now with the TDR Nova, how much of de-essing it is doing. Without it, with it. Okay, so this is how this vocal chain is working
Wrecked a chimney
without
up
all
there
these
in
plugins.
Alaska, then smashed the sleigh into
And
a Christmas
with
tree.
these all plugin working together.
I left my dear old
Without it.
Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too
With it.
drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee.
And now this signal is being fed here in a vocal patcher where I have used this to reverb sound, which is room reverb and hall reverb. First let's listen to this reverb, which is room reverb.
Wrecked a chimney
short reverb.
up there in Alaska,
Now this is the hall reverb.
then smashed the sleigh into a Christmas tree.
Again room reverb.
I left my dear old Rudolph
Hall
in
reverb.
Nebraska.
both together.
He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee.
This is how the room reverb is sounding and the hall reverb.
Running from the cops in Santa Fe.
Both reverb together
I'm wanted as the Jolly
along with the vocal.
Desperado. From frosty Maine to sunny Monterey, they call me
And then
Santa,
this-
that's my name.
And then this slap delay on the
Cruising
vocal.
across the world in just one day. You will know
Without it,
me by the
with it,
presents that I've
and just a
strewn
little bit of
across your lawn.
wider.
And the beer you had inside your fridge is gone.
Without these plugins,
So have a Merry Christmas,
With all the-
carry on.
with all the
Well,
plugins,
I crashed into a church in Colorado.
without all these reverbs and
Running
delays
from the cops in Santa Fe.
all together.
I'm wanted as the Jolly Desperado.
Everything together.
From frosty Maine to sunny Monterey, they call me Santa, that's my name.
Okay, so this was the mix. Pretty easy, nothing fancy here, just simple EQ and a little bit of compression here and there. I think this song sounds good, especially the vocal is very good. The singer has done a very good job. And in the masters, I've got nothing but just mid-side patcher. This is for my mono frequency, this is for the side stereos.
Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado.
This is how the song sounds in mono,
Running from the cops.
and this is only the stereo sound. Together,
As the Jolly Desperado.
and this is saturation in the masters.
Monterey, they call me Santa, that's my name.
This is the Maximus,
Cruising
lows, and the maze, highs in the masters.
wanted as the Jolly Desperado.
Okay, so that was the entire mix. I hope you like this mix. Thanks the Long Wait. It's a very good band. I have mixed near about 5 songs of theirs. I love all of them. Every song is beautiful. Thank you Long Wait and the CambridgeMT.com from where I have downloaded the stem files. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like it. Subscribe for more sessions like this. Keep learning, enjoy practicing. This is me signing off. Goodbye.